Have you ever heard the saying that it's not what you know, but who you know? This means that your career, your business, your opportunities, and your income are influenced more by who you associate with than what knowledge you have in your head. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the right association so that you can elevate your value and increase your income. One of the ways that people learn about you are through associations. Our brain takes shortcuts to help us make judgments about people, to say whether or not we're going to trust them, do business with them, hire them, open up doors, or even give them opportunities. So people look at things like your social associations, your professional associations, and even your material associations to determine whether or not to give you an opportunity. The good news for you is that you watched this video, and so you're going to learn how to use those associations to your advantage. Do you ever wonder why one of the first questions people ask when they meet you is, where are you from? Or who is your family? Or what school did you go to? The reason is because they're trying to make social associations about you. If you say you're from a rich neighborhood like Beverly Hills, they're gonna think, oh, you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. If you say, oh, I'm from Compton, they may think, oh, you had a rough life growing up and somehow you must have climbed your way out of that environment. But no matter what, they're making judgments about the place that you said that you're from. If they ask what school you went to, and you say, I went to Harvard, they'll think, oh, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're a 4.0 student. But if you say, oh, I went to community college, they may think, oh, you didn't take high school less serious when you were going through it. No matter what you say, people take the things that they know about cities, about school, about your family, about different social things that you interact with, that you do, that you're associated with, and they start making those judgments about who you are. And there's a way to use social associations to your own advantage. Make them part of your testimony, make them part of your story, the part of what makes you you. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed about any association that someone can make that is negative about you, like you growing up in a single parent household, or you not growing up in a nice environment, or you not going to a prestigious school. Instead, use this as your story, as a testimony to be able to say how much you overcame to get to the place where you are today and how much brighter your future is. And people don't just stop at your social associations, but one of the best things you can do in life is make great professional associations. Now, if someone said they worked at a job you never heard of, doing something you never heard of, then you have no way of gauging, what that person does or who that person is, because they're in an unknown environment. You can take that to mean that they could be unimportant or they're not in this big environment. Or someone can say, oh yeah, I'm a manager at Google. And just because they said Google or Facebook or Amazon or this big organization that they work for, then automatically you start having perceptions about that person, even if you just met them. And so when you're going for a job, when you're trying to do business, people want to know your professional associations. Who have you worked with in the past? Where have you worked in the past? And what titles have you had in the past? So if you know this in advance, what you can do is you can make powerful professional associations so that it will be able to help you to increase your value and elevate your income. For me, I'm a pastor, and one of the associations that I have is at the church I'm at now. I'm at a prestigious church in Sacramento, California called Center of Praise Ministries, where we have a leader that started the church 35 years ago. It's a large church, one of the largest African American churches in the region, one of the largest churches just in general in Northern California. area. And so what happens is he has built a lot of relationships and friendships, and he's just built a name for himself. And then because now I'm on staff as a director of discipleship and I work at the church, when we go places, he introduces me to people, and he always talks about my character and who I am as a person, and he vouches for me. So what that means is just by me being associated with him, it automatically elevates my value because now I have someone who is an authority figure, someone who people look up to that is vouching for me. In the same way, you can do the same thing no matter what business it is that you're in. You have to ask yourself, who is that person for you that's opening up doors of opportunities? Who is that person where you don't have to just work off of your own body of work and experience and knowledge, but you can leverage 35 years, 40, 50 years, 20 years, 10 years of what someone else has done just by being in direct relationship with them. So when you know this and you're intentional about this, then it will open up doors and opportunities, whether you're in your job, your career, you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, or if you're an artist, no matter what you're doing, you want to always make those powerful associations. One of the best ways is for you to go get a mentor that will mentor you, or someone who will just show you the ropes, and they'll get you a lot farther than you can get yourself. And so when you're intentional about your professional relationships, who you do business with, and who you allow to mentor you, then what happens is you can start leveraging those associations. And so you can get further ahead because you're leveraging all of their experience, all of their knowledge, all of their character to be able to get you to where you want to go. And this is not manipulation. This is why they say the rich get rich and the poor get poor, because the rich hanging around rich people give people rich ideas and rich opportunities. So the wealth keep going amongst themselves because they have those associations. And so then what happens if we're trying to increase our income, then we have to make those associations with people who has increased their income and elevated their value over time so that we can learn from them and so that they can help us with opportunities. So we talked about social associations, we talked about professional associations, and now let's dive into the material associations. The materials that you associate yourself with also say something about you. For example, if someone drives up in a Bentley, you automatically think that person is rich. And so a person trying to show that they're successful, that they have money, that they've succeeded in life, they may try to get a really expensive car because then they believe when they go to do the business deal, when they talk to people about opportunities, that people will listen because they'll perceive them as someone that has resources. Whereas on the other hand, you can think about someone who's super rich and someone that's a billionaire. For them, driving a really expensive car would not be a good thing. Why? Because people think that ultra billionaires, a lot of people think, oh, they're greedy and they should give more money away and nobody should have that much money. So if they pull up in a $10 million car, then people will just say, see, they're greedy. See, they're all about the money. And that will actually make their brand decrease rather than increase. So if you notice, a lot of billionaires or people who are ultra rich will highlight, oh, look, I just live in this normal home, or look, I drive this normal car, or look at the clothes I wear. I don't have on chains and I don't have on designer clothes and I have just regular shoes. And the more they try to look regular to people, the more people look at them and say, oh, look at how great they are. They drive a regular car. They live in a regular house. They wear regular clothes. And so, really, by being regular or looking regular or associating with regular brands, a billionaire increases their brand even more. And so, no matter where you are or what you associate with, think about the clothes that you wear, the bags that you wear, the jewelry, your accessories, your car, how you present yourself, because people will look at your material associations and they will make judgments about you. So you want to make sure that what you're communicating is actually what you want to be communicating to people. And so whenever you're looking at your material associations, they could help you increase your value or they can lower your value based off of where you are. But it's not just as simple as the more expensive the thing is, the more opportunities you'll have. It's a lot more that goes into it. And the main point is just be intentional with what you wear, with what you drive, and ask yourself, is this the message that I'm trying to put out for people? And never go and run up a credit card or do anything that's not wise financially to try to make it look like you have more than what you actually do. That's not the goal. The goal is to be authentic, the goal is to be real, and the goal is to be yourself. So if you enjoyed this video, then I want you to watch the other videos which are on my channel, which are all about financial literacy to help you elevate your value and increase your income.